Good morning, all you strange and wonderful weirdos. I'm John.
And I'm Stacey.
It's Tuesday, October 11th, and here's why today is strange. What are you doing?
Didn't we?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So first story. Let's talk about some Chinese scientist-led research that has discovered the essential element for life on Saturn's moon. Guess which one? Enceladus.
Incestuous.
Yes.
My favorite moon.
An international research team led by a Chinese scientist has found that the ocean on Enceladus, which is Saturn's sixth largest moon, may be abundant in dissolved phosphates that could support the origin and proliferation of potential microorganisms.
And we, if you listen to Paranormal Sideshow, we talked about this years and years ago. There's been little nuggets come out, little caramelly nougats have come out over the years.
The plumes.
Oh, the plumage, yes, the great plumes into space. Just, little things, little water.
Shoots off everywhere.
Yeah, it's a running joke. But anyway, we've talked about this for years. There's a lot of Saturn moons that are the high candidates, but Enceladus has always been
It has.
at the top or near the top.
Right. And of course, they've published a paper on their findings on how they feel like it's relatively rich in the dissolved phosphorus, meaning that there's a greater possibility that this particular area has life if they were going to find it. And it does talk about, I noticed in several of the articles talking about this, that they talk about NASA's new mission, the one that the JPL is working on, the OWLS, the Ocean World's Life Surveyor. And of course, Enceladus is one of the main...
Hold on a second.
Targets.
The Twin Peaks in me just went crazy. So the owls are watching, eh?
The owls are watching. This is one of their new
something up about
missions
those
they're
owls.
working on. And it's the first life detection suite to explore a wide range of size scales from single molecules to microscopic organisms. And they're hoping...
Read me the acronym again.
OWLS, Ocean World's Life Surveyor. It is specifically designed to detect life on other planets. So one of its main targets when they start sending it out in missions, now it's not actually been officially planned in a mission, but that's what its purpose is. They're still working on it. But Enceladus is obviously one of those missions. Europa, Titan, Ganymede, and Ceres. Those are all the ones that we've heard about in the news with the water.
How much, man?
So much.
It's just, they really know something. They don't put this stuff out there. Everything they put out there is controlled. And it's a conspiracy fact, folks. It's just, you get these little things out there just to soften the blow a bit.
That's right.
Right now, if you were to hear something about it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, didn't we know that? I mean, think about when they came out a couple of years ago and said, well, those aren't ours. No, we don't know what they are.
Right.
But it's not Earthlings.
They're planting the seeds so that when they come out and say it, you can be like, I think I knew that already.
Nobody freaked out like they should have.
Right.
Like, we should have melted down.
Right.
And everybody's like, okay.
Should have been the sandwich boards. The end is coming. Dude on the side of the road. You see that in movies all the time. Where's the guy?
Yeah, you know what? He's gone now. He quit that day. The day that the New York Times had a story about UFOs and everything, and the guy's like looking around like...
Sold his sandwich boards and...
Deuteronomy. Hey! You're kidding me. Just puts it down.
Poor guy. Out of a job.
Goes off. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on and talk about an eerie pillar of light that was seen over a Russian city. You know these pillars of light.
Caught a Ukrainian missile.
It is light that appeared in the sky over a Russian city this week, and it sparked all manner of wild theories. There was tons of sightings, lots of pictures and videos. Now, it was over a city that is only roughly 25 miles from the Ukraine. So one of the theories was that it was some sort of rocket or weapon. But the Russian media put out a story and tried to claim that it was a specific laser that the Russian military supposedly uses to shoot down, aircraft or whatever.
Right.
But the picture they posted of that doesn't look anything like.
Damn fine job of that now. Maybe it was God communing with.
They claimed that it was the military using the latest weapons of the Russian Federation. but there's no actual confirmation of that.
There are a couple things here. The light pillar phenomenon, it's been going on rampantly over the last couple of years. Any of you that are like UFO Twitter people, and which is its own verse, it is its own universe. You've seen this phenomenon, and it is a phenomenon. It's crazy. There's a lot of credible video out there of these light columns. Now, atmospheric, I mean, it could be. Like, everything's changing, right?
Right.
I see hailstorms now with this that are the size of basketballs, and there is a lot changing. But this seems weird. It seems something, we've never seen before, like mysterious booms over the last decade.
Right.
There's been a lot of these type things. You remember the skyquakes and that sound like machinery up against each other?
Yeah, with the scratching.
So I don't know, man. And plus, also, we did a story last week on this very show, in this very ring, about Ukrainian...
Yes, the UFOs.
Yeah, about the UFOs and stuff. So
yes, so I think the theory they're going with is the light pillar phenomena. I love those atmospheric phenomena. It's always like, no, they see a UFO. No, that's the atmospheric light UFO from the ionosphere and the stratosphere phenomena.
To be honest with you, have you ever seen ball lightning? Like, it is impressive. It
is.
It's really cool, and it's something you don't see every day. So there is things out there that are super rare and super strange. So, don't always chalk it up to the fact that it's a UFO or if it's some kind of alien or something. 99% of the time it is.
Right.
I would almost rather see the ball lightning at this point. But, oh, hey.
Yeah, boy, I didn't think I'd ever see that.
There it is. But I've never seen swamp gas. So there you go.
So weird light pillar.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay.
She is the girl that was, High School Musical.
I'm aware, yeah.
Yes, I'm sure you're aware. So Vanessa Hudgens has a new documentary movie coming out about her journey into witchcraft. Yes, and she calls it a coming of age story.
Damn you Disney people.
So she's revealed Friday that she's teamed up with a production company to make a documentary about her journey with witchcraft. It's entitled Dead Hot Season of the Witch. And it follows her and her best friend who agreed to seek out proper mentorship and training in the art of witchcraft. And they sort of follow them along to different places. Like they go to Salem. They do a lot of different things, but they are genuinely interested in learning the craft and about it.
We basically lived in Salem for a couple of years and we went there often. And let me just tell you, it's really cool. But that's like the most commercialized side of witchcraft.
It is. It is. And I feel like...
even on mystical stores, there's one on the beach up in Maine that is...
That's amazing.
The coolest place we've ever seen. It's multi-story.
Yes.
We need to find a link to that place and just show them one day.
Okay.
Fellas.
Yes. I'll see if I can find it and I'll put it up.
All right.
The news. But I think this is going to be kind of cool. I will check it out. They do lots of different things. All their spiritual stuff, ghost hunting. Like they touch every little bit of the spiritual realm, I suppose. But it's mainly about learning about witchcraft, which is... very strange. To me, it's very strange that it's such a mainstream thing.
Yeah.
Like having sort of been around that so long, it didn't used to be quite so...
What is that? This just coming in just now. Apparently, old bearded men in New York City are returning with their signs. The end is nigh once again. It's this special.
Thank you, Vanessa Hudgens.
Yes, you have saved the job for these poor men.
The sandwich board men.
The UFOs were released and no one cared, and they were kind of like they gave it up.
Yes, now we can get into the witchcraft.
Now, yeah, all right, good, way to go.
So check it out.
Another Disney sold to the Satan.
I'm sure that happens when they're born. Anyway, so let's move on. Last story. This is about a man from New York City. His name is Calvin Bautista, and he has recently been arraigned and charged with smuggling pythons into the United States in his pants. He smuggled pythons in his pants. I'm sorry, the jokes just write themselves. Nothing I can do with that. You can't bring pythons across the border.
How big were the pythons?
I'm not sure. I guess they were babies because these were Burmese pythons, which get very, very large. And now this actually happened a while back.
How much space did Calvin have?
Takes a while. I don't know.
Start with.
Takes a while for the arraignment to happen. It's a federal smuggling charge. And he'll be going to trial soon. And it could carry a penalty as high as 20 years in prison and a fine as high as $250,000.
How did the TSA agent
find the python in his pants?
python?
I'm not sure.
We never do anything inappropriate whatsoever. No, sirree.
Until old Gray Sweatpants walked in that day.
And they were like, hey.
And she's like, that could be a python. Oh, it got bigger.
Do you think he's like, I'm just glad to see you?
Yeah. She's like, well, that's really cool, but they don't usually coil like that, does it? And Strike, he's really excited.
Oh, wow.
He's got a personality of his own. I mean, wow. How does that happen? And how do you feel confident with that?
Sure. It doesn't really
and
go
what
into
snake gets hungry?
a lot of, it doesn't go into a lot of detail. I will say it just does say that he was charged with smuggling pythons in his pants when he was on a bus, but it doesn't specifically say that he was wearing the pants, but I'm just assuming that he was wearing them. Like maybe they were in his luggage in his pants, but it doesn't specify. It just says in his pants. So I'm going with the obvious weirdness here.
I'm going to go with you and say that there's very little I can do to this. This man was caught smuggling pythons in his pants, and he was not happy to see them. This is why today is strange.